Thailand is amazing. The food, the beach, the people, the culture, the atmosphere, everything here is really nice. But there are some three things that can get me on my nerves sometimes, even though I love this country. I really like here. If I didn't like the place, I wouldn't be coming back every now and then. Let's get to it. So the first thing that annoys me here in Thailand is that the immigration laws change all the time. I think I saw maybe at least 3 to 5 changes in the law since last year to now. The most recent is about the visa run laws. Now, technically, Thailand dotted the I's and crossed the T's about visa runs. You can do it twice a year, and if you're trying to abuse the system, you're gonna be flagged. There are many videos here on YouTube about these new visa run laws. Be sure to check them out. I'm gonna leave here in the description some videos I personally watched so you can have an idea of what's going on. Also, the cannabis laws, they change. I think it was dragging on from last year until this year. The cannabis laws, like they want to ban the law, they want to ban cannabis recreational use, they reverse and they banned again and then they drafted and then they paused. So it's kind of a mess, because you never know what's going on here. Not even the authorities know. Your embassy don't know what's going on. The immigration office, sometimes they don't know what's going on. So they just have to follow. I know they have to do their jobs anyway. Everyone has to do the job, but it's very chaotic here. So you have this feeling that you are just, I don't know, like you're in a sort of a Russian roulette. And the second thing here I don't really like, you always are going to be seen as a foreigner. I'm not saying about the people they are unfriendly, they don't welcome foreigners. That's not the case. It's completely the opposite. People, the Thai people, they like foreigners. They like you when you come. They feel so happy when you talk about Thailand. So it's like, but still there is this line that you cannot cross. You are just going to be welcomed enough, and the hospitality is going to be to a certain limit, but you cannot integrate into society. It doesn't matter if you speak Thai, it doesn't matter if you're Buddhist, it doesn't matter if you live here for 3 or 5 years, you're always gonna be seen as the farang or the foreigner. If someone comes here to Thailand for 15 days holidays and spend the money and come back to the country, you are basically the same as him, as this person. And I have the feeling that the government actually prefers tourists. They can come, they can spend a lot of money and go back, because this is much better than, for example, an expat here. It's much better than a retiree spending money, using the services that Thai people could use, or the risks of, like a foreigner getting to the job market is much higher when you have someone living in the country. This job could be used for a Thai person. So that's how I think. From a business perspective, this makes sense, right? It's much better have like small amount of quality tourists spending a lot of money than having huge hordes of people coming and maybe they can cause trouble and so on. Speaking about causing trouble, the third thing I don't really like here about Thailand that gets me a bit like, it's about the amount of tourists. They come here as an expat, as sexpats, or they come as, it's like simply this chaotic tourist. They complain about everything, they cause trouble, they go into fights, they just, like this type of tourist that they haggle with a tuk-tuk driver for $1, or the Thai person asks you to remove the shoes before you enter the shop, and the tourists say like, why should they remove my shoes? It's just stupid, I want to come in, and anyway. I mean, you are not in your home, and you're not in your home country. You need to respect the laws of the country that you're visiting. And this type of chaotic foreigner, the chaotic tourist, is much worse to me than the sexpats. The sexpats, they have their own thing. I don't think this is really nice, to be honest. I know Thailand is very famous for the red light district, the freelancers, the girls, the women, the lady boys, whatever. But I'm not really into that. Regardless, I don't think this is, I think the chaotic tourists, this type of people that they complain about everything and they cause trouble, they are much worse than the occasional sexpat that comes for doing their thing, then they leave the country. And I made a video about Israeli tourists. Israeli, they are not the only nationality here that they are causing trouble in Thailand. There are many others, and many others before the Israelis. There are the Indians, the Russians, and even many Europeans here, they come here to cause trouble. it's not exclusive to these three people, you know, like the Russians, the Indians, and the Israelis. Much like a lot of people cause trouble here in Thailand, and they give the foreigner a bad name, and maybe that's why, together with this, you know, this impression that we are all the same, we are all uncivilized barbarians, always drinking alcohol and looking for fun and looking for trouble, plus the extreme protectionist policies of Thailand because they have never been colonized, they want to keep it that way. I mean, these are very small things that I don't really like about Thailand or being here. You start to see these things when you stay more than 15 days in the country, or when you have to talk to the locals, or when you have to deal with the locals, you have to deal with immigration departments. When you come and go as often, you know, you want to explore the country as it really is. It doesn't, of course, if you are just a tourist staying for a short time, it doesn't affect you at all. Even in the long term, it doesn't affect me. That's why I said I come here every now and then. I really like Thailand. It gives me this feeling of peacefulness, of relaxation, of friendliness and warmth of people. Everything is so good here. But there are some things here that they, of course, like just any other country, that they make my, you know, like me, oh my God, like, tell me what you like here about Thailand, tell me what you don't like here about Thailand. I would be really interested to read your comments. Thank you very much for watching this video and see you in the next one. Goodbye.